You must be Walter.
Yes, I am.
Your phone call got me a little excited. So this is it.
That is the Half Disme. The other is the Libertas.
This is shaping up to be one of those episodes where Rick might have to spend big to score something truly rare. For him, it's always about two things: authenticity and rarity. Today, Walter brings in exactly that: the Half Disme and the Libertas Americana Medal, two standout coins Rick's been eager to see. The mood is light as the deal kicks off, but the real question is, can they strike a deal that works for both?
Minted in 1792.
1792, we just elected George Washington president.
The Half Disme isn't just any coin. It's one of the first ever minted in the US, and that alone gives it major historical weight. It's easily one of the most iconic pieces to ever land in the shop. Rick, as expected, has done his research. His knowledge lines up with the facts, and he's more than ready to dive into the coin's backstory. Telling the history behind these items has become his signature move, and honestly, it never gets old.
Yes, in 1781, he helped design this to get France to mint that coin on behalf of the American friendship in France.
I know that
Walter isn't backing down. He brings his A-game with some deep knowledge on the Libertas Americana. Far from just an old coin, this medal once stood as a symbol of power among the elite. Its prestige hasn't faded over time either, which is why collectors still chase it today. Now, with both the Half Disme and Libertas on the table, it's obvious things are about to get pricey. This isn't only a sale, it's a clash of serious value.
200,000. For the Half Disme, I'm looking for 600,000.
Just like we thought. These coins might be small in size, but they pack some serious value. Walter lays it out: $800,000 for the pair. That's just $200,000 shy of hitting the million mark. Rick's already doing the math in his head. You can see the gears turning as he starts thinking strategy. If he wants even one of these coins, he knows it's going to cost him big.
they would go for.
Well, the 1792 Half Disme, with the right buyer, would probably bring 500,000 to 600,000.
Calling in an expert is second nature for Rick, and as usual, they're happy to help. But this time, the expert backs Walter's pricing to the letter. Walter clearly knows his stuff. The Half Disme alone is worth around $600,000, and that's a tough one for Rick. Maybe the Libertas will be easier. Maybe. Either way, the price tags are solid. No hype, no overpricing. Just the real value of two historic heavyweights.
And I'm sure I'll never hold another one in my hands, but if I was to buy it...
Rick's business sense is top-notch. He doesn't just jump on every flashy deal. He knows the Half Disme is insanely rare and highly valuable, but buying it would seriously stretch him. So, it's a pass. The Libertas, though, that's more his speed, but it's priced at $200,000. Now the big question is, how much is Rick actually willing to pay? And will the seller leave it at the price? Well, let's find out.
140.
$140,000.
You heard the man. You have to make some money. I understand this.
What a slash. $140,000. Rick's aiming to scoop up this coin at a steal, but Walter's not biting. He counters with $180,000, which feels way more reasonable to him. Still, Rick's trying to break the bank without going totally broke, so he stretches to $150,000, his final offer. Walter looks calm, but you can tell he's thinking it through. His decision's coming in the next few seconds. Sit tight.
It's a deal.
Sweet! I will meet you right over there and we will do some paperwork.
Deal sealed. Rick's all smiles after locking in the Libertas for $150,000. It's a big spend, no doubt, but he's thrilled to have it in the collection and is already eyeing its future resale potential. Walter stays cool as ever. Sure, he let the Libertas go, but he's still holding on to the real crown jewel, the Half Disme. And who knows, maybe the right buyer is just around the corner.
I'll take this one.
I'll take this one. I'll meet you right over there.
Okay.
That's tape on it.
Hey, son, what do you think of the hat?
It's a hat.
Well, do you think they'll sell?
As long as you don't wear one.
Or do you like this one better?
In this episode, we're diving into one seriously expensive purchase. But here's the twist. Rick's not buying it the usual way. This deal is going down by proxy. The item? An 1879 Stella 4-piece gold coin, delivered straight to the shop. Now, according to Rick, this isn't just any coin. It's super rare. But the real question is, will Rick be willing to drop a ton of cash on it, especially given how the deal is being done? Stick around. We're about to find out.
And I might be buying it off him. Sometimes people can't make it in the shop for one reason or the other. But when it's something as cool as this Stella gold piece, I really want to see it.
Purchasing an item this expensive by mail isn't exactly common on the show, but Rick isn't sweating it. His trust in the seller, built over time, gives him enough confidence to move forward with the deal. Still, he's not taking any chances. If the coin doesn't tick all the right boxes, it's going straight back. Richard, on the other hand, isn't so convinced. He's a bit skeptical about the whole arrangement. But Rick, he just wants the coin delivered and the deal done.
In the 1870s, the U.S. Mint was trying to come up with a universal currency. We're going to try to get every country to make a gold coin with the same amount of metal in it.
All right, the meeting's on. And getting straight to it, the coin might actually live up to all the hype. We're talking about the 1879 Stella, a coin that never even made it to public circulation. It was only passed around among congressmen, which already gives it a legendary kind of status. No wonder Rick's all in. That kind of backstory is right up his alley. And as always, he's armed with all the facts and history behind it. But here's the question. Will the story behind the coin be just as wild as the price tag?
Desirability a little bit, because any nicer condition, they start over $200,000. So for an extraordinarily rare coin, it's...
One thing's for sure. This coin is seriously valuable, and Rick knows it. But there's a catch. This particular piece has a slight dent. Nothing major. It's still in great shape overall. But that little flaw does bring the price down from the top tier. That one detail might just shift the value from a jaw-dropping $200,000 to something a bit more within reach. So, what's the new price? We're about to find out.
Would you take 90 grand for it?
No, I couldn't do 90.
91?
I could come down to 95,000.
The seller's asking for half of that $200,000. So yeah, $100,000. Well, it's historic, and has serious collector appeal. But Rick's not exactly on board with that number. For him, $90,000 feels like a much more reasonable offer. The question is, will the seller go for it? And what about Richard? Will he back this move or see it as another risky buy? Either way, Rick doesn't seem too bothered about dropping close to six figures, as long as he gets the coin.
And it is doing business with you. You just spent $92,000.
I know, it's all relative, son. Okay, don't worry, I'll get it sold.
Brooch that was given to me years ago. It's just a spider brooch. It's got a lot of crystals and stuff on it.
Peggy just stepped into the shop holding a brooch that's as stunning as it is unsettling, at least in her eyes. A gift from her mother, the piece is beautifully made, but its spider-like design has always freaked her out. No matter how elegant it looks, her fear of spiders has finally pushed her to part with it. She's ready to sell, but the big question is, will she stick to her price, or will her fear end up calling the shots?
One of the most famous jewelry designers in the world. He was the jeweler to the Russian court.
It's obvious Peggy never really looked into the brooch's background, and honestly, her fear of spiders probably kept her from ever getting that curious. But the moment Rick laid eyes on it, his expertise kicked in. He instantly identified the design, a Black Widow brooch created by the iconic jeweler, Fabergé. That name alone says a lot. Without even knowing it, Peggy had been holding onto a rare and historic masterpiece, with no clue about its real worth.
That's onyx underneath there. This white metal right here, that is all platinum. Those are diamonds.
After Rick breaks down the Black Widow brooch, pointing out its rare stones and fine metals, Peggy starts to see it in a whole new light. What she once couldn't stand might actually be a hidden treasure. So now the big question is, will she still let it go, or decide this creepy crawler deserves a serious price tag?
And how much were you looking to get out of it?
Couple thousand.
Okay. I would really like to give you like $2,000 for it.
Peggy hasn't changed her mind. She still wants the brooch gone. But when she names her price, it's surprisingly low. Just a few $1,000s. Rick knows instantly that's nowhere near what a piece like this is worth. Buying it at that price wouldn't feel right. So he does the right thing and offers her $15,000 instead. Peggy's caught completely off guard. For something she's been eager to get rid of, that kind of offer is way more than she ever expected.
This is stuff you do not see every day.
How about 17? A man that's willing to pay 15 will...
Rick's offer of $15,000 blew Peggy away, but now that she knows the brooch's true value, she wants more. Rick holds firm. To him, paying extra just because she finally learned what she had isn't fair. The twist? He's offering 15 grand for something she was ready to let go for a few thousand. That's already a generous appraisal.
I'm so shocked. I mean, I couldn't believe it was worth 15,000.
I actually think I can help you. I have what I'm hoping is a very, very old, very rare coin.
Kevin walks in very certain that the coin he's brought is worth a fortune. He is hoping to pawn what he claims is an ancient Greek coin. Sellers like him always bring some excitement, especially when they think they know what they've got. Rick's reaction says it all. He's curious, maybe even sees this as a worthy test of his expertise. But the big question still stands. Is Kevin's coin truly valuable or just another overhyped piece?
Okay.
And there's literally hundreds, if not over 1,000 coins like this. They're all from...
Rick doesn't waste any time. He's seen coins like this before, and he's ready to break it all down for the seller. Known for his sharp eye and deep knowledge, Rick takes authenticity seriously. This coin, dating back to ancient times, could very well be a gem. While many similar coins have been minted over the years and still float around today, this one seems to stand out as part of an especially rare group, and that could mean big money.
Things go from anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000.
I could live with that.
But there's 500 fakes for every real one. A couple thousand years ago,
As far as Rick's concerned, this coin has the potential to be seriously valuable, and the seller clearly agrees. But everything hinges on one key factor: whether it's real. With only 1 out of every 500 coins like this being authentic, the odds aren't exactly in their favor. Fakes are everywhere. But if this turns out to be the real thing, Rick might be looking at a big payout just to claim it.
And like you said, between 10 and 100, so I figure right now we're at the low end. I could probably go higher.
you know, my big concerns are is like, it's in really good shape.
No, absolutely.
Okay, it's struck really well. Most of these coins...
Kevin's looking to get around $20,000 for the coin, which surprisingly lines up with what Rick thinks it might be worth. Kevin's confident it's a fair ask, but he's also not ruling out the idea of a higher price tag. That suggestion gets a laugh out of Rick, though. On the surface, he's amused, but underneath, he knows there's a slim chance the coin could actually be legit. Still, his gut tells him it's probably a fake.
A friend of mine who this is basically what he deals with is ancient coins, and you need a guy much nerdier than I am to tell you everything about it.
I think you're doing pretty good as far as being a nerd, but if you want to bring in a better one, great.
As always, Rick isn't one to gamble when making a big purchase. He understands that the true value and potential profit all comes down to authenticity. That's why he quickly brings in a trusted expert to take a closer look at the coin and give a second opinion. Kevin, on the other hand, is completely confident. He's convinced the coin is the real deal and has no hesitation that the expert will back him up without question.
The Syracuse decadrahm.
I just know there's like 500 fakes of these for every real one.
The decadrams of Syracuse are among the most sought after of all ancient coins.
The expert wastes no time identifying the coin. It's a Syracuse decadrachm. Suddenly, what seemed like just a valuable piece with decent resale potential takes on a whole new meaning. This isn't just a rare coin, it's a historical gem. With that kind of significance, the value could skyrocket, and Rick might have to go all in if he wants to make it his.
You know, fresh water was very important to the ancients, and they revered it, and they had nymphs that represented it.
Only he would know this.
You brought in a legit nerd, yes.
Yeah.
The expert gives the final word. The coin is 100% authentic. Its historical weight makes it more than just valuable. It's practically priceless. Every fine detail carved into the piece adds to its story, making it one of a kind. Sure, there are other coins like it out there, but finding one this genuine and actually up for sale, that's a rare opportunity you don't come across often.
This one looks to me like a solid $50,000.
Wow.
Almost right on the mark.
Now comes the big reveal. What's the actual value of this coin? After carefully examining every detail, the expert estimates it at a jaw-dropping $50,000. Kevin had walked in hoping to get $20,000, clearly unaware of the treasure he was holding. With the real worth now out in the open, there's no question he's going to raise his asking price. The real question is, how high will he aim?
I'll give you 35 grand for it, which is more than you were looking to get for earlier.
But then I'm leaving like that.
The negotiation is on, and Rick starts strong with a $35,000 offer. He reminds Kevin that it's a big step up from the $20,000 he first asked for. But Kevin doesn't look ready to shake on it just yet. Can you blame him? He set his price without knowing what he really had. Now that the coin's true value is out in the open, he's clearly reconsidering his next move.
Creative with the fees. I mean, they're worse than banks. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 40 grand. Anything more than that makes 0 sense for me, and that's what you can get.
Kevin's still not sold on Rick's $35,000 offer, and he's not hiding it. Meanwhile, Rick knows exactly what this coin is worth and is more than willing to go big to secure it. For him, anything under $50,000 is still a win. But Kevin's playing it smart. He's not about to walk away without getting the most he can. After the negotiation, they both seal the deal at $40,000. What a buy.
Although I could do the responsible thing and put the $40,000 towards college funds for the kids, maybe we'll take a family.
We just found out about a guy who's got an Audemars Piguet, Royal Oak, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Rick's on the move today, chasing down a serious piece. And it's not just any watch. This time, he's not waiting for the deal to come to him at the shop. He's hitting the streets to track it down himself. Luxury watches have always been symbols of prestige, and the one Rick's after is in a league of its own. An Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. But what makes it even more special? It was worn by none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger. No wonder Rick's willing to go the distance for it.
Is there a watch in the box?
A friend told me that Rick was going to be in New York looking for watches and other things, and so I thought that perhaps the watch I had might interest him.
Rick knows that landing this watch would feel like striking gold. And honestly, that's the vibe every major purchase on the show brings. Scouting the streets of New York for rare finds is part of the game. But stumbling upon a piece like this, that's a 1 in a million shot. So now Rick's all in and ready to make his move. The asking price, $40,000. But come on, it's Rick. You can bet he's not paying full price without a little negotiation first.
So Audemars and Piguet, they came out with the Royal Oak, and that became the flagship watch of AP. And to this day, if you want one of these, there's a waiting list.
Yep.
This brand is a dream for watch collectors and enthusiasts alike. Known for its standout design and elite status, it's one of the most sought-after names in the game. That alone makes it a prize. But add the fact that it was worn by the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger, and now you're talking next-level rare. So the big question now is, what's Rick willing to put on the table for it? And just how low can he bring that $40,000 asking price? Let's find out.
Bought it from a friend a few years back, intrigued by the look of it. To be honest, I haven't worn it a lot.
This watch has clearly changed hands a few times over the years, which only adds to its story and makes it an even more tempting deal. Despite its journey, it's still in excellent condition and hasn't lost any of its visual appeal. It's the kind of piece any serious buyer would want to scoop up if the price is right. With its rich history and the seller backing its high value, this watch definitely holds its own in the luxury market.
Pride when this came out. I mean, everyone loved Arnold, and it was a really smart business move to partner up with him on it. Hey, do you mind if I take a look?
No, please do.
I mean, everything is right.
For Rick, authenticity is everything. No matter how flashy an item looks, it has to feel just as real. So, with the watch looking this good, the next step is all about getting hands-on. He picks it up, inspects the details, and even comments on the feel. And from what he sees, everything checks out. The condition is spot on, inside and out. Now the only thing left to figure out is, does the price match the watch? That's what Rick's about to find out.
Tremendously, and the collectability of its watches has gone way, way up. This one being such a limited production, I think it will go up. I'd like to buy it off you for a reasonable price.
Rick knows the asking price reflects the watch's market value and prestige. There's no denying that. Still, he's ready to kick off negotiations. He's clearly serious about owning it, even hinting that he's ready to stretch his budget to make it happen. But how far is he really willing to go? And more importantly, will the seller be open to adjusting the price to meet him halfway? There's still plenty up in the air, and the deal could go either way.
I was thinking like $30,000.
I figured you might be.
This seller came prepared. Knowing Rick's reputation, he probably padded the price a bit, expecting some negotiation. Even with a discount, he's set to make a solid profit. Rick doesn't disappoint either. He comes in swinging and instantly chops $10,000 off the $40,000 asking price. Both are clearly here to play the game, and it's already feeling like one of those classic negotiation showdowns. If things go right, they'll land on a deal that works for both sides.
What about 33?
32?
5? Split the difference?
32.5, you got it, Jim.
Okay,
All right,
great.
sweet.